Next, we're going to keep moving towards the goal of getting everything set up to where we can do business and start putting in grades and whatnot. To do that, I'm going to start off by selecting a class, and everybody knows what a big macho heavy lifter I am, so we're going to click on weight training, and from there we're going to take and notice that everything is set up as a list of assignments, which quite frankly isn't very useful to us. So instead, I'm going to click on the A+ grading in the top left, and I'm going to click on score sheet, and that's going to show us something that's a whole lot more traditional, a whole lot more familiar. Now in iNow, we couldn't zoom in and out nearly as well, but with this one you can zoom in and out real easy by hitting the control button and rolling your wheel, or by doing control plus or control minus. And those keys will allow you to zoom in and zoom out so that old eyes like mine can actually see what's going on the screen. From the screen, we can also toggle between our classes, so we can go to, let's try Phys Ed 9 next, and it does not have any grade set up, so we're not going to use it. We're going to go back to the weight training class. And you can also take and up here toggle through your grading periods. So if we click up here in the top left, we can click on that and you can see the different grading periods, semester 1, semester 2. I believe at the middle school we should have 4 quarters put in for us to grade from, and they have various years set up here you can scroll back and forth through as well. Finally, I want to also show you the Groups tab. Now for the Groups tab, what that allows you to do is group common classes together. And when you set it up, which I'm assuming you're going to go through settings to do that, you would say, like, I teach 3 7th grade math classes. Hold on just a second, let me talk to my kid. Sorry about that. Say I have 3 different regular 7th grade classes. You can put them all in one group so that you can put all the 7th grade regular math classes in at one time instead of doing it by each period. If that's something you like, that is definitely an option you can have. Now, what we really need to be looking at here, though, go back to your A+ grading in the top left, click on it, and what we really need to be looking at right now is categories. And in the categories section, you can take and add categories. Let's see if I can find one that's not locked. Swimming, maybe? No. Hold on. Well, it appears it's not going to allow me to show you to do it, but I believe in the top right side over here there's a button if the quarter was not locked where you could add categories to it. You can also make categories active or inactive by clicking on the edit button. And if it's an inactive category, that means it's not going to show up for that class. You can take and set a category color. So that, say you want math to be red because they're so scary, math tests to be red because they're so scary, you can change your category color. You can also take and select what classes that category is going to be active or inactive for. So if you don't really need, say, a homework category for your photography class, but you do need it for your math class, you can get it to where it's only showing up in math but not photography. Under the defaults tab up here, you can take and say, well, how many points do I want it to be listed as originally? So say my tests are always 100 points, my homework is always based on a 10-point scale, and you can set that as a default. Of course, you can change that when you actually add an assignment later, or you can leave it as it is. And then you can say, when do you want it to publish, and things of that nature. It's your defaults. Once again, all those things you can change later. And view all just gives you a list of all your different categories you have there. That is pretty much it for this tab. What you're going to want to do is set up your individual categories, put your points associated with them on it, and go from there.